Hello everyone, and welcome to week 9 of the CCBL. This week I'm versing Zachie Blade and the Sydney Psychics. So it's Battle of the Australians to see which Australian comes out on top. Our team's on the right here. Um, he has the Landorus T, Gengar, Umbreon, Kingdra, Rotom C, Charizard, Mega Gallade, Snorlax, Politoed, Granbull, Claydol. The ones in bold are the ones I believe he'll probably be bringing. Um, excuse me, sorry. The Landorus, Gengar, Umbreon, Charizard, Mega Gallade, and Snorlax. Though, like, pretty much, I can see him bringing pretty much any of his team, to be honest. All of them have their uses against me. Um, but yeah, Lando, just real nice. Ground type, can be defensive, can be offensive. Um, best known for like supersonic sky strike and stuff like that. Gengar, speedy, um, lots of special attack, stuff like that. Umbreon, like just a wall basically. Will be tough to fight against for sure. Charizard, I think he'll be bringing Charizard as a defogger. Um, Mega Gallade, just a real strong boy, uh, fast and very offensive. Like, don't even really need to put like stats into his attack, and if you do, it's just going to make it even better. Um, so he can afford to be max speed and stuff like that. So definitely a threat. And Snorlax just bulky, could be belly drum. Z, well, we only run offensive Z moves in this, so it can't be Z belly drum. But yeah, curse Snorlax is a real thing. That's very much a threat. Um, and it could be immunity as well, which would make a toxic useless from Salazzle, which would be annoying because it's just so bulky, it's hard to take out. But I think like we've built a team that should be able to do pretty well, I believe. So yeah, we'll get straight into what we have to start with, which is I'm bringing Primarina. First choice Scarf outspeeds everything that's not Scarfed on his team. Outspeeds the Mega Gallade, which is good. Get a nice Moonblast off on that, will be nice. Um, Energy Ball hit the. What was the Energy Ball for? The Politoed, I guess, mainly, in case he wants to bring Politoed Kingdra Rain. Hit the Claydol as well, though the Shadow Ball hits the Claydol too. Um, and yeah, Shadow Ball for Gengar, um, and the Gallade is neat, and then Moonblast just neutral on most other things, or uh, super effective on the Gallade, and I mean that's pretty much it. But that's what we need it for, and the Umbreon. Um, Scald for the Charizard, obviously. Next up, we're bringing Salazzle, choice specs again, but no fire move this time. Like, the only Mon on his team that's weak to fire is also weak to poison, so, I mean, there's no point bringing that. I bring Dragon Pulse instead to hit the Kingdra. Um, for super effective damage. Toxic, maybe get Snorlax if it's not immunity. Hitting anything else with the Toxic would be nice as well, but and then Hidden Power Ground, good for the Gengar if I can catch that off guard. Um, But yeah, so yeah, just speedy special attacker. Again, I mean that's what half my team is this week, to be honest. But that's right. Next up, we got Masquerain with Focus Sash, Defog, Sticky Web, Scold, Giga Drain. Um, as you can probably see, I'm bringing a few hazard setters. Hopefully, get a few different hazards up, and we can force that Charizard in, and then like Primarina can deal with Charizard. Um, one Scold from Masquerain takes out the Charizard after after Stealth Rocks. And then we got the Giga Drain as well to try and keep Masquerain alive longer and hit like the Politoed if we need to. Um, and the Claydol can get hit by the Giga Drain as well. But yeah, I haven't decided whether I'm going to lead with Masquerain, Omastar, or Uxie yet, but probably Uxie, get the Stealth Rocks up first, so that Charizard has to take that damage in if he wants to come in. But yeah, I got the Sticky Web support for the Mega Heracross, and like that'll mean that Primarina could probably outspeed most things, even if they have a Scarf, and then Salazzle will be able to outspeed most things unscarfed then as well. Like Salazzle already does outspeed everything unscarfed, and so yeah, maybe even Scarf Mons as well be able to outspeed, which is nice for the good damage too. Yeah, then we have Omastar, Focus Sash as well. Like, depending on which one I want to lead with. We've got the Toxic Spikes, the Shell Smash, Ice Beam, and Ancient Power. Ice Beam for the Claydol and the Lando. Ancient Power, one Ice Beam I think takes Landorus out. An offensive Landorus out, I believe. Two should take out a defensive one. Shell Smash, if I get the opportunity at some point to do that, I will. Ancient Power, just for the Charizard, basically. Because this is a nice switch into a Charizard no matter what. Like, sure, Charizard could be like Power Herb, Solar Beam or something like that, but I mean, the chances of that being a thing, I don't think is that high. But I mean, you never know, so it's just something we've got to watch out for. I mean, he could bring the Power Herb Solar Power for Primarina as well. Like, it's definitely something to watch out for, but I think Primarina would outspeed in that case and get a Scold off and probably be able to take Charizard out. So yeah, that's not bad either. And then we're bringing the Mega Heracross Earthquake for the Gengar, well, yeah, mainly the Gengar, but we need something to hit the Gengar. I might change Salazzle's Hidden Power to something else, Bug or Hidden Power Water even. Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Ice could be useful. But I mean, maybe he wouldn't be expecting Hidden Power Ground on the Salazzle and can catch the Gengar off guard there. So, I mean, Gengar's a threat, so it's good to have multiple ways to deal with it anyway. And yeah, but Earthquake, Low Kick for the Snorlax is going to do a chunk of damage. It also does a decent amount to Umbreon, but Pin Missile takes Umbreon straight out. pretty much in most situations, in most normal situations. Like maybe not a fully physical defensive Umbreon, but yeah. And Rock Blast for Charizard and just all around decent damage on like Lando. Like with this spread, Heracross can do a decent chunk of damage to most things, which is definitely very useful. And then last up, we got a physically offensive, uh, very defensive. So very defensive, split defense, but very. It got some stats into the attack as well for the U-turn knockoff Ice Punch. Because Ice Punch might like catch the Lando T off guard. Uh, hits the Claydol, hits the Rotom if we need to, hits the Kingdra, I guess. Not so much. But yeah, be able to knock off some items, U-turn out, Ice Punch, a few things. And yeah, this is probably my lead, Stealth Rocks, depending on who he brings. Like, I don't expect him to go into Charizard to start, but because I'm bringing like Omastar and Primarina, it's maybe a possibility. If he does go the Solar Beam route, like I guess if he does start with the Charizard, then I'll know that it's most likely Solar Beam. But yeah, definitely something to watch out for. I'll be able to switch in my Masquerain or my Heracross to that decently easy, but then like they're both weak to the fire moves, so it's. I mean, I could put the Salazzle in there as well. Salazzle would outspeed, which would be good. Be able to get a hit off. Maybe I should change Salazzle to a Hidden Power Rock. But then it could be walled by Landorus. I mean, Hidden Power Rock and Hidden Power Ground is not going to be too much different either way. When it concerns Landorus, I think I might change it to Rock. That makes Salazzle a switch into the Charizard, I feel. But yeah, basically, I feel like we have answers for most of his mons that he's possibly going to bring, even the ones that like are wild possibilities. I feel like we have stuff that can deal with it this week. I'm not bringing my Thundy, Bishop, or Zygarde, which have all been like pretty much brings every week. Because I just feel like he's got enough that should be able to deal with them, and that they don't really bring enough to the table and deal with enough of his mons that he's probably going to bring. Like Zygarde wouldn't be bad for maybe the Charizard and the Gengar, but like it's not really going to do a whole lot against the Snorlax or the Gallade, even the Umbreon. Really, I mean, I could bring Superpower Zygarde, but nah, I like this team that I've built so far, so we'll just go with this and see how it goes, I guess. I could have bought Cryogonal as well because his team does have a decent amount of ice weaknesses. But once again, like, I don't think it really brings enough this week. Like, it gets taken out by so many things that it's just not really worth it, I feel. But yeah, so I mean that's the team that I'll be bringing this week, and yeah, I'll see you guys for the battle. I'll see you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the week 9 of the CCBL. This week I'm playing Zachie Blade, the captain of the Sydney Sidekicks. It's a Australia battle. Um, I can see his team and my team there. My team, obviously, in the team builder. You can listen to what I brought and why I brought it. Basically, I was expecting him to bring the uh, Lando, Gengar, Umbreon, Charizard, Gallade, and Snorlax, but he's brought Politoed, Kingdra, and Rotom rather than and the Granbull as well, rather than the Snorlax, the Charizard, the Umbreon, and the Gengar. So 2 out of 4, not the greatest guess, but I mean I did say that the other stuff was like fairly likely as well. Like it was all possibilities. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I have the tools to deal with what he brings, and I notice that he doesn't bring a defogger or a rapid spinner, so um, let's get into the match and see how it goes. So because I noticed that he didn't bring defog or rapid spin, web start sounds good to me as he just volt switches out into his Politoed to bring in the rain. Not too worried about that. I just go for a Giga Drain, see how much damage that does. It's not enough to let me survive the Scald, but that's alright. I've got the webs up. That's what Masquerain does, and it's what Masquerain needs to do, really. That was a roll, like, not one that was super in my favor, but it was still a possibility to kill, and it would have been nice if it did not get the Toxic on Primarina there. But Primarina takes out the Politoed, which is nice. And now we just got to play around the rain in case he tries to bring Kingdra in at some point or something. Block the Leaf Storm with the Salazzle there, which is nice. Hindsight there, I probably should have just gone for the Sludge Wave. Maybe, I'm not sure how much it would have done, but like the Toxic is good, but it means I wouldn't have to possibly do all this damage on Uxie. He does some damage back with the Rocky Helmet and then gets his Stealth Rocks up. He loses his Rocky Helmet though, but it's not too bad. And this was a big mistake going into into my Omastar here for the Drain Punch. I wasn't expecting Drain Punch. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. It was a bad move in hindsight. It means the Gallade stays up and can get a whole heap of damage off. Choice Scarf Primarina is going to outspeed Gallade there. I should have just sacked off the Uxie. It's not going to do much for me from now. And then gone into Primarina for the Moonblast, and that would have dealt with the Gallade there. And here I find out that Rotom's scarfed faster than my Salazzle, unfortunately. So that's not the best. But I bring in Heracross after Salazzle goes down. Would have killed with Pin Missile, but he brings in Granbull, and I'm definitely sitting on the back foot at this moment. I don't want to take a play rough. Luckily, he misses it on Primarina because that probably would have taken me out. It means I can get a Boom Blast off, which that was another roll. Quite possibly would have taken Granbull out there. And had a high chance of taking Granbull out there, which would have been nice because that means Primarina wouldn't be dead either. But that means I can bring Heracross in to finish off the Granbull. Here would have been nice if I had Pin Missile or something. Instead, I just sank Uxie to the U-turn. He brings the Kingdra in, which will die to Heracross's Pin Missile. But like, I don't think there's any real way at this point that Heracross would be able to beat the Lando. Lando, I'm assuming, has Fly or something like that. I mean, Rock Blast does a decent amount there, even at -1. And then I see is Z Tectonic Rage. Now, that was also a roll. Could have taken out the Lando there, and then it would have been 1-0. The crit definitely mattered. That wouldn't have killed. That wouldn't have killed Heracross if it wasn't a crit. So Lando would have gone down on the next turn, and then Rotom would have come in to finish me up. Would have killed me with anything, no matter what. If the Rock Blast, the last Rock Blast, had killed the Lando, the Stone Edge wouldn't have done 50.8, and I had a chance of living most of Rotomo's moves, I believe. And I would have taken it out with Pin Missile, I'm pretty sure guaranteed at -1. So, I mean, there's definitely a possibility I could have turned that round if I had got a max roll on the Lando and he didn't crit me. But, yeah, well, I mean, the max roll would have helped. Would have taken out Lando, and then a min roll on the Rotom wouldn't have killed me, and I could have taken him out with Pin Missile. That was my only chance of winning from that point. But, yeah, as I said before, Omastar was a dumb sack. Toxicking on Salazzle, possibly a bad play. Sacking the Uxie, I should have done to bring in the Primarina earlier. But yeah, like, I mean, hindsight once again is 2020, as I said in my UPBA battle video as well. But like, what can you do? It was a good game. Like, Zach played real well, and he had a good team, prepped well for me. Definitely put me on the back foot. All I can say is I hope I get to battle him again. It was a fun battle. I hope I can get my revenge in like playoffs or something like that. So that puts us at 6-3 for the season so far. Positive 15 differential, I believe. So, I mean, still not too bad, but our losses definitely could have been wins if I just thought things through a bit more. But, I mean, I guess that comes with experience as well, yeah. And I just need to keep practicing and get better, which is what I'll try and do. But yeah, I'm not sure who I play in the next week. The schedule's not updated fully yet. But yeah, whoever it is that I play, I'll see you there. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.